Yeah, I'm hearing goats.
It was a Saturday morning
Is this really happening?
when John Boss found a makeshift slaughterhouse in the garage next door.
Like it was a massacre. It was parts everywhere.
He says several goats had fled the garage and bolted into the alley. Several others were found alive in the garage. Edmonton police investigated, then closed the case without filing charges for reasons they have not explained.
That does not sit well with me.
Lynn McMullen is a meat microbiologist. She says meat harvested in back alley abattoirs is a threat to public health.
The health risk, well, you could have animal disease in there, number one.
Tainted meat could contain E. coli, listeria, and a host of other foodborne illnesses that can make people sick, and without inspections may slip through the system.
It scares me because they don't know where that meat's coming from. They don't know that care has been taken in how the animal is killed.
It's also sold directly to restaurants and commercial kitchens. Buying illicit meat cheaply cuts costs. Late last week, the RCMP and Alberta Health Services closed 6 grocers, a catering company, and a distribution warehouse as part of an investigation into the illicit meat trade.
I think it's a very serious, big deal.
This risk management consultant says uninspected meat entering the Canadian food chain also poses a threat to international trade and the red meat industry overall, the way mad cow disease, or BSE, did in the early 2000s.
This meat's untraceable. It is going to have a severe impact, just as BSE did, if it gets out that we have uninspected meat commingled with inspected meat.
This food safety expert says the rising cost of meat is driving the underground market.
We don't hear much about these cases, unfortunately, in Canada, but I do believe that there are several of them in this country, happening probably right now.
Terry, as you've been working on this investigation, what more have you learned about where this meat is coming from?
Well, Ian, sometimes it is stolen directly from farmers' fields. Alberta recorded 50 cattle thefts last year, Saskatchewan 34. Oftentimes that includes multiple cattle stolen all at the same time. Now, other times this meat is purchased at auction or directly from farmers. Then it is taken to these makeshift slaughter facilities, and then that meat is sold directly to consumers.
And what happened with that makeshift slaughterhouse that you found in Edmonton?
Well, we tracked down the fellow who rented that garage, and he says that he was simply trying to help out friends who were dealing with the high price of meat. He doesn't think he was doing anything wrong, but just to be clear, any uninspected meat that is for sale or barter or even gifted has to be inspected either federally or provincially. Ian.
Terry Reith in Edmonton.